Welcome, everybody, to the return episode of Pro Wrestling Wire Radio. Somebody that is here with me today has not been here in well over a year, and I'm very thankful for him to be here today and talk the wonderful sport of professional wrestling with me and upcoming events, previous events, and lots of great stuff. I guess I can't say Mr. Uncle Oatis. Otis, what is going on with you?
What's up, my brother? How you been, Rick?
I'm great. I'm glad to have you back here as part of Pro Wrestling Wire Radio, where we just talk the wonderful world of independent wrestling all near us in our area and across the country, and across the world, really. But today we got some really special stuff coming up. Stuff we took a part in previously, stuff we will be taking part in coming up, and we'll have a very special guest coming in for a few minutes in conversation when we talk about that upcoming event. So last week, we both attended the Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, the Alley Fights television taping. Spoiler alert, everybody. There was a brand new Alley Fights champion crowned. That title had been inactive for well over a year. And Alley Fights had been running shows again since the beginning of, I should say, but the spring of 2025, I think, was the return edition of Alley Fights. And now we're sitting there. Of course, I am on commentary with talking Tommy Saban for the Alley Fights. And we've had some really great talent being part of the Alley Fights series.
Yeah, it was a good show, and of course, Matt DeCourt was the master of ceremonies, I guess you'd say. Ring announcer, and I was happy and excited to be able to come back and check out, some Alley Fights. I mean, I saw one with you a couple of months back, probably the first or second show, maybe. I hadn't been to several shows since, because this was like the fourth or so that we went to.
I believe it's the fifth, if I'm not mistaken.
Fifth, okay.
Yeah. And if anybody's looking to tune in and watch this, it airs every Saturday, 7 p.m. on the PAPW Alley Fights YouTube channel, also on WON Sports. But during the it is live sports season, hockey season, so some of the hockey games have preempted the shows, but so it's like a week or two behind. However, we are up to date on the YouTube channel. Please, if you can, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, and you will get the new content each and every Saturday, as well as content throughout the week as well, show announcements and other stuff like that. But why don't we get through the tournament before we get our guest in here talking about?
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah. You want to start with the first match, the first triple threat match, actually?
Yeah, we had Jermaine Marbury defeated Luis Leon and Nutrius X, which Luis Leon was my pick for the win of the tournament. I was very surprised that he got eliminated so early in the evening.
Was he? I actually, I was kind of leaning a little bit towards Nutrius, because this would have been his second time capturing that belt.
Yep.
So I just thought he kind of had the edge, like he got that taste and he wanted it back, So I thought that gave him the edge. But you got to watch and see who won. You never know. I mean, maybe my boy took it home.
Well, of course, the second semifinal match, Jeremy Lacroix defeated Deuce Stovall, Jay Onyx. Jeremy Lacroix, my opinion, just keeps getting better and better each time he is out there and in the ring, and this match spoke no different, I tell you that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm not in the ring, because if I ever had to face Jeremy, he has grown so much. And he definitely delivered in that second triple threat semifinal match. I enjoyed it. if people don't come to these, they really miss out
Yeah,
on some great action. And the seating is there's plenty of seating because every seat in the joint is like a front row seat. So
yeah,
it's just it's more intimate when you come to a show like at Alley Fights, because the at the training center it's just very it's intimate.
yeah. It's a very intimate setting.
Yeah,
Uh, of course, before we get to this tournament final, which was the main event for the evening, we're going to go down through some exhibition matches. Giorgio Lawrence made his Alley Fights debut, taking on Algo Nelly. Giorgio Lawrence, of course, we are familiar with him working at Coliseum Pro Wrestling. Of course, he appeared in New Age Wrestling as well. This guy
yeah,
is a master martial artist, kickboxer, Muay Thai kickboxing, all that stuff. And he went in there, and Algo Nelly, of course, is a tough guy and very tough competitor, and he defeated Nelly, and which I was very surprised at in his debut match here at Alley Fights.
yeah. Giorgio, as you had said, that kickboxing and he's dead serious about that. He's actually won awards
Yeah,
for his kickboxing. That part of his one of many careers, I guess you could say.
yeah,
And like
medal.
you
Yeah,
said, we've known him for some time, and he is probably in the best shape of his life. And he brought it to Nelly hard, hard last Friday. He really did. Nelly took a beating, but Nelly kept coming back, kept coming. He's, one thing about Nelly is Algo Nelly has a lot of endurance and a
mhm,
lot of gumption. I don't know if I'm using the right word when I say, gumption, when I mean, he's got balls and he
yeah,
keeps coming back. He doesn't stop. And that's hence all go Nelly.
yeah.
So it was a
Of
good
course.
match.
Oh yeah, it was a great match, I thought. And both of these guys, it had been a year since we'd seen Giorgio, so he's gotten better in that last year. And Nelly, we get to see a little bit more often, but he
Hmm.
keeps improving over and over each time we see him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And I enjoy, watching both of them regardless. And it was good to see Giorgio come into the Alley Fights house.
absolutely.
So it was
Uh,
cool. All
Corey and
right.
Caleb
How about
Duke.
this tag match?
Oh man, this was probably one of my favorite matches of the night. Corey and Caleb Duke, of course, two of my favorite competitors. Corey, especially right now. No offense, Caleb. Uh, I love him as well, but this is just the two brothers taking on. This was supposed to be the poster boys.
The
However,
poster
Tommy
boys.
Bates had gotten injured, and one of my favorite up and comers, Peter Gianni. He had been on the Pro Wrestling Wire podcast in the past. He substituted for Tommy Bates and teamed up with Daddy Cat. And I got to tell you, this match, as the kids say, was fire. The kids still use that term?
Yeah, I guess they do. But
Yeah,
we're not kids, so we could get away with it. And we only look stupid to them.
right. Oh, totally, totally.
Yeah. I I really I love the Dukes, and I see them a lot because they're constantly training. Um, and as far as the poster boys now, Peter Gianni, aka the chef, I've had several potatoes with him,
Hmm.
and he could be pretty scary. He's a surprising individual when
Right.
you don't really expect him to have the arsenal that he has, but he too has grown
Yeah.
immensely in the past probably year or so, and he's got some irons in the fire. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah.
And
And he wants that Alley Fights championship. He's been quite upset that he was not part of the tournament.
oh, rightfully so. I mean, he's a talent that's he's graced the alley fights mat, you know, or at least the PAPW mat, a few times already.
Yeah.
So, he's part of the roster, you would say, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's. I just think that maybe he feels he deserved more. And I can understand that. You know.
Kylon King defeated Johnny Medina, which to me a phenomenal match. Kylon, I hadn't had a chance to keep an eye on for a while because I haven't gotten to a lot of shows recently that that weren't PAPW or alley fights, but getting to see him against Johnny Medina. Johnny Medina, he's been in the PAPW building a few times, and his work there. I saw him wrestle friend of the show, Bloodsaw. I think it was last year, and he took a nasty spear from Bloodsaw, which I had posted a clip of that, and that thing went viral with thousands upon thousands of views. But this week he wrestled Kylon King, and I got to tell you, man, this was a quite impressive matchup, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it a lot. I haven't seen Johnny Medina wrestle very much, and also Kylon. Well, Kylon, also part of Miracle Generation, so he's
Right.
quite busy. They're all over the map.
Yep.
However, for me, it was a treat because it was two guys that I don't really get to see very often at all, and it was really good because they both dished out and what was really funny for me was in the beginning of the match when Johnny had managed to get Kylon down on the mat and he taunted him with, some smacks to the head and that sort of thing. And immediately the opportunity when it arose for Kylon, he did the same thing right back. Like, hey, what's good for you is good, good for me. So it was fun. It was a fun match to watch. It was hard hitting. And we got to see some moves from some guys that have, a little bit of time under the belt. So it was nice.
Absolutely. And of course, the tournament final for that Alley Fights Championship, Jermaine Marbury capturing his first singles title by defeating Jeremy Lacroix in the tournament final. Post-match, Jermaine Marbury went out there, grabbed a microphone, and gave Jeremy his props, as he was a guy that they've went up and down the roads with. They've trained together, and admitting they are best friends in front of that crowd, just gave Jeremy the respect that he felt that Jeremy deserved. I feel that he deserved it as well. Man, and that was, this was a phenomenal match.
They tore the house down.
Oh, absolutely.
That you can't. There's no other way to put it. They tore the house down. And I'll tell you something. I love Jermaine, and I love Jeremy too. And I have to say that because I see him too often. I don't want to,
Because when he listens to this, he'll catch you on it.
I love Jeremy. Jeremy's an awesome individual. Jeremy, I love you, man. But in all honesty, to see these two guys wrestle and take it to the mat, I really thought that even though I think Jermaine has, the edge on experience, I really thought that, we were going to see. I don't know. Would you consider it an upset if Jeremy won and not Jermaine?
Yeah, I definitely would. Because, like I said, I thought Luis Leon was going to win that because I think that he has captured more championships and he's been working a little bit longer than these two gentlemen, and I think he's a phenomenal performer. And I did not know the results going in, just for the record. I did not know who was going into the finals. I did not know who was going to win this. And when Marbury won it, Marbury's out there. He's very popular right now. He's on Wrestling Open. He's traveling for NWA Exodus. So he's out there. He's getting his, name out there. He's very popular. And so I think it was the right call in him winning the match.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, sometimes experience does win out, but Jeremy has just been, when you watch him, he seems like a much more learned individual in the ring than he probably is. But that's good. You know what, Jermaine, I think needed to take that strap. I think it was time. You know,
Of course,
because he works hard, he's everywhere, and he really gave Jeremy a run for his money. So I think he deserved it.
the next Alley Fights TV taping will be Friday, February 6th at the PAPW training facility, 662 Co Avenue, East Haven, Connecticut. Please come out. You will witness a very fun night of professional wrestling. I promise you. And you'll get to see me. You'll get to see Otis. You get to see Jermaine Marbury, Jeremy Lacroix, Peter Gianni. You're going to see a great roster of professional wrestlers. And come in, say hi, talk.
However, before Alley Fights, we do have Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling's Wrestleution on the 24th. And that would be, I would imagine gate would be 6:30 and bell would be 7. That could fluctuate, but depending on weather and so forth. But there's that. Geez, what else we got going on here?
Okay, let's go down the lineup for Wrestleution. Team NFG, that is the World Tag Team Champions, defend their titles against Corey, Duke, and Nelly.
They're not happy.
Yeah, no.
Not happy at all. But you know what? Corey and Nelly.
I mean, they're former AIWF World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
They captured that title, those titles very young in their careers.
Yes. And they've grown immensely since then. Not just as a tag, but they've been doing their thing in the single circuit too.
Yep.
So they're gaining experience daily.
Absolutely. We got Carson Chris taking on PAPW champion Alan Compass. Carson Chris, he's only had a few matches under his belt. He's going against the PAPW World Champion.
Well, you saw, the way that happened was I met up with Alan down at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and he ended up breaking into my car, stole a hat out of there, filled it with a bunch of names. He had Roma's name was in there, Richard Holiday, Brad Baylor. There was Deuce Stovall, Jeremy. There was all kinds of names in there. And he picked, one out, put the hat down, and showed it to me. And it was Carson Chris. And I was like, Carson is becoming a formidable player in the game. But I don't know. I just kind of, I'm not going to say too much. I hope he does well. I love Alan. He's a great guy. Carson's a good kid, and he's working hard. So, I hope luck is on his side.
Of course, we got Narciso taking on Gabe Cruz, young Gabe Cruz, a very good competitor. Narciso, we have not seen in quite some time, I don't think. Yeah. Alan Bano taking on Kaizo. Kaizo, is on a roll. Alan Bano, we haven't seen in solo competition in PAPW in quite some time either.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's going to recognize him either because he's all of that Brawny brother hair on his face and head got taken down.
I saw the pictures. He looks a lot younger.
Doesn't he, though?
Than he has. Yeah, of course. Kylon King returns to PAPW to take on the recent winner of the Alley Fights title, Jermaine Marbury. So that's going to be an exciting contest right there. Of course, on the event, we have U.S. champion Sylvan defending against young Josh Guzman, who's been kind of on fire coming into Paradise Alley as of late. And of course, Sylvan, the United States champion, is here with us right now.
He is?
Yeah, he is.
Yes, sir. How you doing today, Mr. Otis? Mr. Del Santo, how are things with you? New year?
Everything is going great. The return of this here show, Pro Wrestling Wire Radio. And, of course, this is the second time that you've appeared here, and we're glad to have you. And let's talk a little bit about your match coming up. against Josh Guzman. What do you think of this young kid coming up, and now you're in the stuck in the position of defending your title against this young man?
Yes, sir. As I said, I had a couple words there that I put on those social media things there, and like you said, that boy's on fire. He's got match of the year there with Carson Chris and everything. But also, like I said, it doesn't matter how fast someone's going. If they hit a brick wall, the speed's going to be zero. Depending on, if you follow imperial ratings or the metric system, but it's going to be zero either way. But I'm very much looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, have you met a competitor such as him? He's light, he's fast, you know, he's quick all around. Junior heavyweight style, and here you are in here, United States champion, heavyweight champion, and I mean, this could be a real experience for both of you gentlemen. Probably him more so. I think that if you could slow him down, it might not be. It's going to be pretty ugly for Mr. Guzman, I believe.
Yes, sir. That's a good point. He definitely has that factor to him that is a little bit different. The guy calls himself master of momentum for a reason. I mean, you've seen him in the ring, the things that he's able to do, the speed that he has, the fighting spirit, all those things, right? Good marks of a great up and comer. But again, when I'm in there, I don't play to what my opponent does. I control what goes on. So the question I think that should be asked is whenever you speak with him to ask him what he thinks he's going to do against me. Because to me, it doesn't make a big never mind. I'm going to work him towards that corner. And then when he's in a corner, he's not going to have anywhere to go. Now, the one thing that he can do to save himself before we even start is simply say yes to his better life within the force of the lost, as I've previously stated.
So let me ask you. So are you going to try and beat him into submission to join the force? I mean, have you been doing any recruiting with him on the side beforehand, or are you just going to show him what's up in the ring and hope that he catches on that, well, maybe this is the way to go?
Well, yes, sir. As I've always said, everyone has one chance. And beginning of last year, 2025, I stated and told each and every one of you that my time and days of mercy were done, that I am going to give one chance to these individuals. And if they choose to refuse it, to live their better life and make the proper decision, they will then suffer the consequences, whatever that'll be. And sometimes, as we know, pain can be the best teacher. So maybe a no in the beginning, by the end of that match in there, maybe it'll turn around to be a yes.
No, Mr. Sylvan,
or maybe I just hope that, his mama isn't there, because I wouldn't want to make her cry. You know what I mean?
Now, are you putting your strap on the line?
Yes, sir. So, management, they made the decision to put that on there, and, I oblige them, as I've said before, I'm willing to fight anybody, anytime. I've placed open challenges for individuals. I was off a number of shows for whatever reason. Again, whatever management wanted to do, but I didn't happen to be on there. But New Year, 24th of January at Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling. And this is the first match for me at PAPW of this year. So,
do you know if the rest of the force will be joining you?
I got to check on their schedule yet, and we'll have to see what happens. I'm always on the look for people looking to better their lives, to live their better life, so they can get what they actually deserve instead of what society tells them they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I do have a question for you. So, speaking of you saying that this is your first match at Paradise Alley this year, of course, you closed out with the final show of the year at Alley Fights, taking on Izzy Sanchez. And Izzy is a veteran in the sport of professional wrestling, and that was your Alley Fights debut. Of course,
Yes,
for
sir.
that, How do you feel about taking part of the Alley Fights series last month?
I'm very thankful to the gentleman who put that on, that the House of Pain who run that, in culmination with Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling. I'm thankful for any opportunity that I have to help spread the word of truth. And as far as a competitor, I mean, Mr. Izzy Sanchez, I would give credit where it is due. I believe you were in attendance for that show there, Mr. Del Santo, and he deserves all the flowers, as people say. He gave me a run for my money, and he's the one who actually stepped up to my open challenge. Came up on the short end of the stick there as I debuted what I like to call the final sin. In the simplest of layman's terms, I kicked the man in the head, and he went down 1, 2, 3.
That is the way it happened, the way that I saw it as well. And of course, I was the announcer for that,
Indeed.
play-by-play announcer for that. And as I stated earlier in the beginning of the show, you can catch Alley Fights every Saturday evening, 7 p.m. on YouTube and WON Sports. And you see gentlemen like Sylvan taking part in all your Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Alley Fight stars. Of course, Wrestleution coming up on the 24th. And is there anything else that you have coming up or anything else you'd like to let out there?
So there's that going on. We've got I'll be appearing over in Showcase Wrestling. That's over in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. That'll be next weekend. There on the 14th,
Okay.
I believe.
Will I be
then-
seeing you at the Pure Vanguard Wrestling show
Yes,
in
yes, sir. That'll
February?
be for Valentine's Day. So, take your significant other to, go watch some people beat the heck out of each other. That's on February 14th. That's at the Boys and Girls Club in Bristol. And then, come around in February later in the month. Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling is going to have another show. I believe that's on the 28th. Followed by in March, I'll be appearing in Lynn, Massachusetts under the Supernova banner. I'm unsure of the date right there, but follow anything for Sylvan Moreland. Come Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well, and you'll see this face there. That's how you know you're in the right place. Also, GGWP takes place, still working out the date. I believe it's March 7th in Gardner, Massachusetts. So bouncing around a little bit, and as always, still trying to get out there.
And you were very good at posting on the social media and making people aware of your intentions. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and which I think it's a lesson that a lot of these young kids need to learn. And I think that Sylvan Moreland is very good at doing such things, to promoting himself and the Forest of the Lost out there.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And that being said, I mean, everyone has a brain in the head. The levels of functionality are questioned. However, there is a functioning brain somewhere in there amongst each and every individual. So that being said, with those thoughts that brain creates through those electronic synapses, why can't they put out a message? It doesn't have to be as involved as mine. But why can't you tell people to have a good day or happy 4th of July or something like that? Whatever it is, Happy New Year. I think it's simple, and it merely takes just a couple minutes of your time, and it shows the individuals who support us that we care about them, just as much. So with that being said, too, I want to send a thank you to Mr. Del Santo, yourself, Mr. Oatis, thank you so much. Also, every individual who follows my social media and views and likes everything, it's much appreciated. So thank you very much on that.
Oh, thank you for coming by. Thank you for making things aware. And we will see you very soon at the, of course, Wrestleution on the 24th, 662 Co Avenue, folks. It's, I believe it's $20 at the door. I don't think that tickets
Yes, sir.
are prior. I don't think online.
$20, and then I believe it's 12 and under is $10.
See, you can take a whole family for a relatively cheap price. instead of paying those mainstream professional wrestling prices for
Oh,
hundreds
please.
of dollars. That's what you got to go out there and support independent professional wrestling. You get to see guys like Sylvan. You get to see everybody that we spoke about here today, and it's a lovely, lovely situation. Obviously,
Yes, sir. And I'd be, invite any and all individuals to come over, stop by, say hi. Look at the merchandise that's available from all the talents there, as well as myself. And I'd like to speak to any and all of you.
Otis, do you have anything else you want to throw at Mr. Moore?
No, I'm actually I'm very, very excited that we got to have Sylvan on the show, and I will see him, I'm sure, very soon. And from, I guess, Rick and I, each and every one of you, appreciate you, Mr. Sylvan.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, Mr. Del Santo. Much love to each of you. Happy New Year. Wish you nothing but the best and healthy days here forward.
Absolutely. We will talk to you soon. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, fellas.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, he got the message of point. He got the message across that what he's going to be doing to Mr. Guzman, Josh Guzman here. Make sure, like I said, 662 Co Avenue, East Haven, Connecticut. We got a lot more to go through here, and not a lot of time left. So let's keep running through it. Of course, on that show, Damian Black taking on the Izzy Sanchez that we just spoke about, which that should be a pretty good match. Damian Black is, came out of retirement, I think, last year. Has been tearing it up in the Northeast, Connecticut and Massachusetts.
Yeah, he really has been tearing it up, and Izzy has been making a name too. So
his current singles run has been fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a guy as well, too.
He is. I always enjoy, spending a minute or two talking to him, before a show when he's there. Or even when, and he comes sometimes to a lot of the shows for in support,
Absolutely.
of independent wrestling too. So it's really cool.
Comes to see people that he works with on future
shows,
the roster. So let's continue. Former PAPW heavyweight champion of the world, Chris Battle, taking on another friend of the show, someone we've gotten very friendly with over the last year, Antonio Andolini. This guy, Sergeant Antonio Andolini.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect meant, sorry. But this match, I got to tell you, Chris Battle's a guy that's been in there with guys like Bryan Danielson and guys like great professional wrestlers, big names and stuff like that. He's a phenomenal professional wrestler. And I mean, Andolini is this dude, I discovered him, I think it was September last year in Rhode Island. And I got to tell you, being in the booth, I looked over at my broadcast partner, the enforcer, Kevin Sabin, during as soon as that match was over, I said, holy bleep.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with this young man. And, getting to know him over the last months and the last year, this dude, getting to watch him, phenomenal professional wrestler. I'm really happy to see this guy on any show that I'm at.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. First, like you were saying, Chris Battle, this guy is, time tested. He's done it all. He's been all over the place and he's torn up the scene everywhere he's gone. And, Hall of Famer, PAPW Hall of Famer, which is something for Antonio to think about. That means something, that means you've made a mark. But Antonio, we both have had the pleasure of getting to know him, where we've learned his past story and how it's, he stepped away for a while, started a family, served our country, and now he's ready to come back for a second run. And he's amazing. And I love the man. I mean, I truly love the man. He's just, I got to meet him not too long before you got to meet him, but I met him up at Pure Vanguard. And, we talked a little and I got to get to know him. And I enjoy talking with him. He's a good guy, real good guy. So that's going to be a tough match to call. You know, I don't know, but
Uh, one more match: Deuce Stovall taking on Hakim Ali. Hakim has been on a singles run, and it's been pretty big. This man has been having some great matches. Hakim, and now Deuce Stovall, of course, he made a pretty far in that semifinals of that fights tournament, and he's been, you know, doing very good for himself. But how's he going to be against the veteran in Hakim Ali?
you are correct, Professor. He did do pretty good up against Jay Onyx and Jeremy Lacroix when he was in the triple threat semifinal match. And those two guys are great wrestlers, but they're no Hakim Ali. Um, Hakim, another battle tested Hall of Famer, yep. Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Well, you know what? Deuce is a good kid. I like Deuce. I'm going to say a prayer for him. And, hope he makes out okay, and hopefully, because Hakim unfortunately, because his tag partner is currently, on the injured list, Hakim's really tearing up the single scene now. He's like, hey, might as well give it my all while I'm doing singles.
Yeah.
And Deuce is in for a surprise, I think.
I think so too. Hakim is a big man. That dude's in the gym every day. If you you are on social media watching him, that dude, he's got big arms. He's you better watch out, Deuce. If I know Deuce is Deuce is tall, but he's fast for a tall guy, and he better be careful with Hakim, veteran tag team champion, and he's been around for quite some time. I think like 12, 13 years or something like that, maybe even longer. But man, I got to tell you, man, he's an experienced individual. So
Deuce, he's held 12 championships, I believe.
Yep.
Amazing. Come on. Yeah, no doubt. Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. So.
All right, in Memphis wrestling, the Grind City Rumble was held yesterday on TV. It was, at least. They aired it on Memphis TV and, of course, YouTube. You can go to the Memphis Wrestling YouTube channel. Mike Anthony won the title. He can get his chance at taking on any championship. Of course, Mike Anthony was on the podcast, Pro Wrestling Wire podcast, some months ago, probably about 6 or so months ago. Mike Anthony, great guy, and what a great Rumble the Grind City Rumble was this year, and looking forward to seeing where Mike Anthony goes with this, going for the Memphis Heavyweight Championship. Of course, okay. Nope, sorry, it wasn't clicking. It was frozen. Okay. Of course, United Wrestling Network, Gotham Wrestling, premiered today in place of United Wrestling Network's Championship Wrestling, which usually airs on Saturdays and or Sundays, on syndicated markets. I get it on the New England Sports Network, where I am here in Connecticut. Of course, you can also check it out on the Memphis Wrestling YouTube channel and across syndicated market in place of the regular Sunday show for Championship Wrestling. I was at the second television taping for Gotham in New York. It's in West Nyack, New York, which at the comedy club out there inside the shopping mall. And I got to tell you, I love the facility, and I'm really looking forward. I know that they got dates and stuff coming up that they're about to announce. So stay tuned to ProWrestlingWire.net coming up for the announcements of that, and of course the Gotham Wrestling social media. We will cover it each and every airing, so you'll be able to check it out. I'm going to watch it when we get out of here, and of course you'll be able to check out the review on ProWrestlingWire.net. Of course, Sylvan Moreland, our guest earlier on the broadcast, Mention No Love Lost by Pure Vanguard Wrestling, Saturday, September 14th. Yes, folks, that is Valentine's Day. And there's no better way to spend with your significant other than to take them
And
to a professional wrestling show. Otis, am I wrong? Or am I? I'm
no,
wrong. I
you're
know I'm right.
absolute. No, Professor, you couldn't be more right. You know what? If I could get Mrs. Otis to go, but I think she'd rather stay home and smell her fresh flowers that I'll probably give her and say, go on and have a good time. But no, but seriously, what better way, you know? And real quick, um, the the shows at Pure Vanguard at the Boys and Girls Club in Bristol, which I believe is 255 West Street.
Okay.
They Commissioner Doc really goes all out. They've got all kinds of concession, food and beverage. There's all kinds of merch that you can buy from, they set up a big merchandise session. They have VIP tables, which they're high top tables that you could sit ringside and watch the show that way. So it could be a really good time with you and your gal.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Pure Vanguard has announced this week they will crown their inaugural women's champion as Nahir Robles. I hope I pronounced her name right. I've seen her quite a few times. She will take on Killa J. Nahir making her debut for Pure Vanguard. And Killa J has been a regular for Pure Vanguard for the last few shows. And I've seen Nahir compete at various promotions, and specifically in Connecticut for Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yep, that is correct. It'll be nice to welcome Nahir to the roster over there. Hopefully she could become a regular at Pure Vanguard. And as far as the BST show, I won't be able to attend that.
Randy Shawn defends his Pure Vanguard championship against his protege Clipper Jones, who turned on him in the tournament to crown the champion after suffering a loss against Randy Shawn. Now, he looks to get revenge and kind of take out Randy Shawn and get that championship.
Yeah, well, there's a lot behind that story. Too much to get into right now, but Clipper Jones has hooked up with Dan DeMann and some of the guys that Dan has been dealing with, or been he's taken several under his wing, and they call themselves the Empire, and they've been kind of trying to run roughshod over PVW, PVW, and
got it right. Don't worry.
And I asked Doc about it, and he's putting together a few things himself. Apparently, there's going to be some boots are going to be scraped for sure, because he's getting a few guys himself. So we're going to see where this leads. But Randy is definitely not happy because the last match that he had, his child was actually grabbed and used as a shield during the match. So Clipper is definitely doing some underhanded stuff, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Okay, No Love Lost will take place at the Bristol Boys and Girls Club, as mentioned. Tickets start at $20 and it can be purchased by going to the Vanguard social media sites. You'll find the QR code and check it out. You will see professional wrestling that you could spend with your significant other. Bring a pizza with you and sit at that high top table. They make fried dough, actually.
Yeah, but they got hot dogs and there's all kinds of snacky stuff too, and But anyway, what's next, my friend? TFCrew.
TFCrew has announced their next show for February 15th, Mall Mania. They had a show today. I haven't gotten the results yet, but you can check the site either later tonight or Monday morning for those results. I will have them posted, and However, TFCrew has announced their next show for February 15th, which is, that's a whole weekend full of professional wrestling. Mall Mania,
Yeah.
taking place at the Milford Mall, Milford, Connecticut. Amongst the first talent confirmed for the event is WWE ID prospect Aaron York, with additional wrestlers and match announcements expected to be revealed in the coming weeks. And TFCrew is a very unique organization in the area.
Yeah, they're new for you and I. Well, I've actually, um, I've been dealing with them for about a year. You've been to a couple of their shows. I've been to a show there with you once that they had. They've been running out of Bristol, and now they're doing a Milford Mall. I don't know the whole story. I think you have it on the website. Um, what the backstory is for this particular event, because isn't it a fundraiser of some sort? Or...
Yep, this is a fundraiser for the Milford Boys and Girls Club, I believe. So all proceeds are going to the Milford, Connecticut Boys and Girls Club. So make sure you get your way out there. This is I'm just very shocked it's being taking place at the Milford Mall. This is a mall I grew up going to quite a bit as a child and in my early 20s. So
I actually that was spent almost all my childhood there. It wasn't even a mall then; it was a plaza, an
yeah,
open. There wasn't even a roof; it was just a courtyard. It
yeah,
was
and
quite the thing back then. The yo-yo contest and all that.
they keep expanding to it too, over the years. So this should be a pretty fun show. So we're gonna have more updates on ProWrestlingWire.net. Speaking of uh, TFCrew and such, I was watching Gabe Sayers on SportsWire Radio the other night on YouTube. Tom Bryce, I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you, sir. Giving a ProWireWrestling.net shout out. He's been very positive and saying very nice things about us on his show. So,
Awesome.
and I want to say thank you, Tom. Tom, we're going to have you on here at some point, talk the world of professional wrestling. And he's very close with the gentlemen that run TFCrew.
Oh, okay, great. Well, there are a bunch of. I got to tell you something. Every time, there's some of their stuff is a little unconventional, maybe, but it's fun and it's exciting, and the guys are all very respectful. They're very nice guys. I love all of them. They've treated me with great respect at that promotion, and I am very happy for you and I to be able to go there and to work that show and
Yeah,
do what we can for them.
yeah, we will be there on the 15th, Sunday.
Absolutely.
So if you guys are there, come by, say hello. We will be there, and it'll be fun. It'll be something different. I'm not expecting them to go in an unconventional area at a show in the Milford Mall with families and stuff like that involved. They tend to lean sometimes into that hardcore deathmatch type stuff.
Sometimes, not always. They've actually, I think, kind of weaned that a little. It's a lot less.
Yeah. So
They've got some good wrestling going on. They do.
in AIWF news, congratulations are in order to the new AIWF World Champion Eric Draven, defeating Lou Gotti at Supreme Wrestling in Indiana to claim the big title. Lou Gotti, of course, beat former Pro Wrestling Wire guest Mustang Mike, who defeated, of course, very good friend of us, the Golden Boy Greg Anthony. So good luck to Eric Draven. We're looking to have him on the show sometime soon. And in other AIWF news, Larry D, former Impact / TNA star, captured the AIWF Mid-America Territory Championship. He's literally been all over the world. People should know his name. Spent a good amount of time in TNA as a talent, and now he's got his eyes on the AIWF World Championship. So
Certainly, why not?
congratulations to both men. And I got a couple more things here to talk about. And then, of course, Otis, we're going to give you the floor as well for anything that you've got. Blood, Sweat, and Tears Wrestling next week is running the Northeast Summit. 12 of the Northeast Best collide in a ruthless one-night tournament.
Mm.
It's how it's described on the social media. 4 triple threat matches. Winners advance to the final fatal four-way matchup. The winner becomes the number 1 contender for the territory championship, currently held by Dustin Flash Waller. Of course, on the show, this is the lineup here on the show. Tournament matches. TJ Crawford takes on Kylon King, takes on Devious Cass. Griffin McCoy versus Mike Skyros versus Giorgio Lawrence. That's going to be a banger right there. That's going to
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, we got Griffin McCoy, very impressive young individual. Only seen him a couple times. Mike Skyros, I mean, this dude is he's Mike Skyros. Giorgio Lawrence, of course, we talked about earlier in the night, and man, that guy is phenomenal. Diego Alvarez versus Jarrett Diaz and Michael Gracia. Junie Underwood. Man, I'm having tongue tied tonight. Brando Lee and Sean Knight. Of course, tournament matches. Sammy Diaz takes on Richard Holiday, Roxanne Fury, and Amity LeVay, Tiara James, and Notorious Mimi. And of course, I believe Dustin Waller will be defending that title as well. And I don't have the opponent listed here. I had it earlier, but I don't have it up right now. So that's a show to I want everybody to go out and check out. And Otis, what do you got for us?
I really haven't been very busy with, I try to, watch a little wrestling on TV, but the only thing I really got to watch was the last episode of Rocky Mountain Pro, which was episode 480 of Charged. And they just came off of the NRW Classic that they had. And because of that, they did a lot of recap stuff on the show. But they did get a couple of matches in. They had Lord Mitchell Taylor with the Aristocrat, his manager or protege, or I don't know what she is, but she doesn't speak much. Went up against Nick Diamond, and Lord Mitchell Taylor took that one. They showed how Josie Wildheart ended up winning the Lockettes Championship at the Classic, and she got that, was in a 3-way with Lola Yara and Big Daddy Mo. So that was a pretty good match, though. I got to admit, it was really quite crazy. And that was just a clip that they showed in before they went into a tag match with, they had Team Reckless against the Type 6 Warriors, and Type 6 Warriors won it. It was a clean win. Dame James went against DJ Brown, and with DJ Brown against Pretty City Express, and PCE took that. And finally, Jason Knoll versus Draper, and he took that. Draper took that with a power bomb, and he retained his Charge Championship because he's a new Charge champion. So he's bound and determined to hold on to it for a while. Sorry, my notes were kind of jumbled, but I hope you caught all that. And that's it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Well, we had a great show here today. Of course, folks, anything that we mentioned here, go check out. It's some great professional wrestling in your area. Please go check out, support independent wrestling. We're going to come back at you later in the week. And don't forget tomorrow night, don't forget to check out my interview with Roger Sartain, former territory wrestling star in the southern area and in the 90s. And he, of course, the cousin of Richard Sartain, formerly of the Ding Dongs in WCW. Roger, of course, had a bit more lengthy career, and I've been talking to Roger on and off since that interview. And go check it out. Go check out the Rick Del Santo YouTube channel, and you're going to find lots of Pro Wrestling Wire content, the interviews, podcast, and so much more. And of course, do not forget, go subscribe to Uncle Otis on YouTube as well. Got plenty of content on there as well. Tons of content. If you, clips, videos, interviews, all sorts of stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate that plug, Rick. And basically, you could check out a lot of stuff that Rick and I have got going on Facebook and Instagram, and just look for the Professor Rick Del Santo or Uncle Otis the Potato. And, wow, between the two of us, we got a science project going on.
Oh yeah. I want to give right before we wrap it up, I want to give a huge shout out to the Indie Wrestling Talk podcast. Brian Bam Bam over there on Facebook. He's on Instagram under Indie Wrestling Talk and TikTok. And go check his podcast out. He uploads Mondays and Thursdays with the midweek review, talking about all sorts of independent wrestling that's happened over the weekend and throughout the week. And it's a great show. I actually discovered it a couple weeks back, and I've been listening every single week. And shout out, we got to try to get him on here to talk some independent wrestling with us.